Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking revenge. You guys, I have been reading the comments and that's why you can hear like the glee in my voice. I cannot stop laughing. I love it. I just read the comments from the last video I posted and you guys never failed to make me laugh. I just want you to know that. Thank you, thank you. I keep saying that I want to pet, I want to pet Catherine. And then I had people write that they want to pet me. And I know that sounds gross and weird, but it's more of a golden retriever thing than anything else. But anyway, thank you, thank you. Thank you for wanting to pet me. I don't know how to say that. Thank you for everything. I love your responses. You guys are seriously the best. I can't stop laughing. So I heard you loud and clear. You guys seem to want to stick with revenge and then pick up on Cordia's. I've also heard reports that, I mean, you know, I tell the truth here, so I'm going to tell you the truth. It's boring, not revenge, but Cordia's, and parts of it are juicy. So when we get to that book, we'll decide how we want to handle it. Do we want to just dive into the juicy parts? I'm good either way. I haven't even started it yet. I'm so deep into revenge. I just love this so much. I just love these recordings. I love talking with you. I love your responses. I'm so happy. This is my happy place. I love our book club so much. Oh my God, you guys. I'm still laughing. Okay, get it together, Jen. So it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. We are having a live chat tomorrow, Saturday. See, I'm still laughing. Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk about who we want to pet and go from there. 6 p.m. Eastern live chat. You don't have to do anything if you haven't been here before. There's just a video that'll say live chat, and you click on it. You type in anything you want, and I'll read out, your questions and talk to you guys and just get to know you all. And we just have a lot of fun. I've enjoyed the last one so much. My husband joins. He's a lot of fun, and we'll have some laughs, especially at Hank and Skank's expense. Okay. I'm not going to push a bunch of stuff on you this time. I'm dying to get into revenge. Let's get into it. You know where my merch is. I've talked about it a lot. I'll put a link below. Also Patreon. I definitely want to give Patreon some love because I have like 80 episodes up and it's $5 a month. So I don't know if you know this. Sign up for $5. You get access to the 80 back catalog. So if you really like to hear me talk, you can really hear me talk there because I go into Sex and the City. So if you like Sex and the City, if you like me, check out Patreon. $5 a month. Gets you access to all that. And you decide if you don't want to do it monthly, you don't have to. Just sign up for a month, whatever you want to do. But I do 4 videos a month, so check that out. Okay, sorry. Let's get on to revenge. I love to say it like that. Revenge. Okay, we left off with Vanity Fair. Wild about Harry. There was an article fallout after that. Poor Meg Poo had to turn on the fake tears and pretend like nothing's ever her fault because, what else is new, right? That seems to be their MO. Nothing's ever their fault, so this couldn't be her fault either. I'm excited to get into this part of the book because we're about to go from Vanity Fair into the engagement. Well, spotlight and then engagement. That's the names of the chapters. Okay, so back to Vanity Fair. Protocol is irrelevant to Meghan. She would not remain silent. This article was a warning to the palace. So again, Meghan's just being a spoiled brat. What else is new? The besotted prince, that's what they're calling him. I'm telling you, like rereading this and thinking everything we know now, I gotta find a new word for stupid. That guy is so painfully stupid. We're going to take a little detour for a second, and I'm going to tell you what I just did. I Googled alternative ways of calling someone stupid because I need to come up with, I just keep talking about how he eats crayons. I'm trying to find something new. Ready for this? A few beads short and a rosary. Okay. A few too many lights out in his Christmas tree. Yes, I like that one. A few French fries short of a Happy Meal. I've heard that one. Oh, I like this one. A room temperature IQ. A walking argument for birth control. Oh, that's good. Batteries not included. Okay. Differently clued. Oh, that's good. Prince Harry is differently clued. Elevator doesn't go all the way to the penthouse. 4 cents short of a nickel. Got into the gene pool while... Sorry. Got into the gene pool while the lifeguard wasn't watching. Oh, that's good. He's so dense the light bends around him. That's also good. His head whistles in a crosswind. Oh, that's it. His head whistles in a crosswind. Oh, that's so good. All right. Prince Harry, his head whistles in a crosswind. Here we go. Okay. back to my notes. Head whistles in a crosswind. That's so good. Okay, so the besotted prince, whose head whistles in a crosswind, ignored the warnings about Meghan and that she was trouble. There's trouble ahead. Yarr, there's trouble ahead in them their waters, whatever. Then we get to chapter 18, Spotlight. It's September 2017. Catherine, as we know, has terrible morning sickness. I felt for her so much. She was pregnant with her third and struggled with morning sickness, so she had to curtail some appearances because I know it gets really bad for her, unfortunately. All right. During this time, Harry introduced Meghan to Diana's sisters and Diana's best friend and assumed that they would all see her similarities. Nope, Harold, you're the only one who, sorry, I'm picking back up my phone. What was it? Differently clued. Oh, God, that's good, too. Room temperature IQ. Okay. You're the only one with the room temperature IQ here. So you would see that anybody with half a brain would be able to see, no, not the same. Not the same. Okay. So he was disappointed. What else is new? They thought that they could see through her, basically, it sounds like. And they thought she wouldn't fit in with the royal family. They called that. So Diana's brother, Charles Spencer, apparently had been married a couple of times. He tried to weigh in on this. He tried, according to Tom Bowers, at William's request, he tried to get through to Harry. Harry, hold on, pulling back up let's see, who got into the gene pool while the lifeguard wasn't watching. Yeah, he just got mad. He wouldn't listen. Again, I go back to that petulant child, right? Wouldn't listen and wouldn't reconsider. And yeah, look how it's working out for him now. I hear things aren't going so good between those two. If rumors are correct, yeah. I find that very funny. Can you imagine how tense that household is? Don't make any jokes, Harold. And Harold's like coloring over in the corner. I still go back to the crayons thing. All right, so Harry's getting more bitter. So Tom goes into that Harry gets $1.5 million a year from Charles. Damn, I want $1.5 million a year from Charles. Meg was advised to continue acting to supplement their income. They need to supplement their $1.5 million a year income with free housing. Just wrap your head around that, right? Just wrap your head around that, because I can't. Okay, so isn't that opposite of what we were told? Am I making that part up? I could jump on the Google machine, but I'm asking my trusted advisors, you guys. You guys are my courtiers. That's what it is. I talk nonsense, and you guys fix me in the comments. So fix me on this one. Didn't she say that she was supposed to or forced to give up acting? But she was advised to continue acting to supplement. But, dun dun dun, her acting prospects were limited. What else is new? So we'd heard in previous parts where they had said she's being written off Suits anyway, and there was just nothing else like waiting in the prospects for her. So this couldn't have come at a better time for her. All right, old Omid Scobie. You know how I feel about that guy. All right. I need to Google a nice way to say that guy has a completely different face. All right. Omid Scobie. He wrote about her exit from Hollywood as a chance for her to have a more meaningful career. Again, I ask, how's that working out for you, Meg? You just have a podcast where you talk about platitudes and you pretty much pissed off the whole world. So again, how's that working out? Okay, then we get to the Invictus Games in Toronto, and this is what I remember. I remember this clearly. I kept up with Catherine and William, but I didn't really keep up with Harry, but I remember this. When she made her grand entrance, flanked by security, and wearing ripped jeans. So that's what pops into my head when I think of meeting Catherine and William in ripped jeans. Oh yeah, that seems to be her thing. Look how approachable and casual I am, you guys. I'm down to earth. If you say it enough times, we might believe it. Just kidding. All right, so she makes this entrance, weirdly enough, with Marcus Anderson. This guy keeps coming up. What up with that? I'm surprised old hothead Harry allowed that to happen, but for whatever reason he did. Then again, Meghan might have his nuts in a jar, so maybe she told him this is what's going to happen. He's like, okay. I'll do what you say, mommy. I mean, Meghan. Oh my God, you guys. P.S. So many funny names you've come up with them. I love to call them Hank and Skank. You know that. I'm so sorry. I don't have it in front of me. One of you guys came up with, I'd called them Harold and Maude, and you guys called them Harold and Fraud. And I thought that was so good. I found it. It was you, Mona. You're the best. Thank you so much. I love Harold and Fraud so much. So that was amazing. Okay, so melodramatically, Harry insisted that a Scotland Yard detective be there to protect Meghan. So, of course, he was, that person was all the photos. I need to pull it back up. I can't remember if it was a boy or girl, but in all the photos, and made her look more mysterious, more protected, right? And I do remember this. She wore a white shirt, and what was it? It was called a husband shirt. Now, remember, they were already engaged, but they had not announced it at this point. The husband shirt. Dun, dun, dun. She wore distressed torn jeans. She's so relatable. Like the Us magazine stars. They're just like us, right? Am I right? Okay, so the media was there. They took a ton of pictures. And according to the book, 5 days later, she got her reward. So remember, we found out in previous chapter, for whatever reason, and I don't get political here, so I'm not going to go into it. Think what you want. But she was dying to get a picture with Justin Trudeau. That was her goal. Okay. So that happened. Because of this and all the positive press, 5 days later, she was at some, event with a special VIP box, and got to meet Obama and got to meet Trudeau and was over the moon about all the pictures that she was getting with all these people. So again, see where her priorities are. They're making that very clear. Apparently, Obama asked Harry how it was going with Meghan, and that mysteriously got leaked to the press, right? I wonder who that came from. That's so weird. Okay, so this was interesting. Meghan had a conversation with her dad, and she tried to get him to come out to Toronto. He couldn't afford it. She ended up bringing Doria out and took pictures with her there. So we start to see this creep in. So this comes up a lot in the comments. Yes, I'm very aware that Tom Bower is releasing supplement to this. I believe it's a supplement to this book, not extra book, if I'm correct. Whatever he releases, I will read it. When it comes out, we don't have a date yet. I believe I've just heard spring. So when it comes out, I will get it. We will deep dive the hell out of it, and I can't wait. Oh, P.S. While we're talking off the topic, or off the whatever, Unforgiven is coming out. We don't have a date on that yet either. It's going to be horrid. Do you know what this is? This is that stupid documentary about Meghan and Harry and Megxit and the whole thing. And again, she felt the need. She needed to tell her story. But this is, don't quote me on this. Again, you're my courtier, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's actually Meghan's in it. She had a hand in it. So this is supposedly why she's kind of been out of the spotlight as she's prepping for this thing to come out, even though we don't have a release date. But I'm like, what the blank else do you have to say? Like, what other... 72 days, right? Or whatever it was, 72 engagements. What else do you have to say? It's crazy at this point, but I'll watch it and report back. Don't you worry. Let's see, where did I leave off? So Meg ended up taking pictures with Doria. She's starting to trot out Doria more. Oh, that's where I was going. Tom Bower's, addition to the book is supposed to be about Doria and where the heck she was. Meg agreed at first to pay the fare for Thomas, but she ended up taking back the offer and decided she didn't want him to come. So again, it's all about the optics with her. Nothing real there. No there. So she got her mom to come out, but not Thomas. How sucky is that? I'm very eloquent tonight. Okay. Earlier, let's see. Oh, so this is the other thing. So Thomas did not know that just a few weeks earlier, Doria had was flown out to London to meet Harry. Dun, dun, dun. That sucks, huh? Thomas is the one to take care of her and do all these things, and then this is how he's treated. Nice. Very nice. Again, when Meghan moves on, she moves on and just forgets to tell anybody else. So speaking of, Meghan filmed her last scenes for Suits and wrapped that up. The actor who played her dad for 4 years came on record and says, never heard from her again. Apparently he was ghosted as well. All right, chapter 19, the engagement. This is the juicy part I've been waiting to talk to you guys about. And it does get juicy. All right. So to please Harry, the Queen agreed to ditch tradition and have Meghan fast-tracked into the family before the wedding. So 2 weeks after the Invictus Games, famous ripped jeans, they talk about Meghan meeting the Queen. They met over tea and sandwiches, and the Queen approved the engagement. So they had been engaged, we know this, but this was the official seal of approval from the Queen. Now, Bauer brings up the accidental meeting, like whatever it was, a week before at Windsor Park. Bauer also brings up Meghan claims to have performed an unrehearsed botched curtsy. So it seems to be something she likes to hang her hat on. Isn't that a weird detail? So weird. To me, it just is like she's so measured and controlled. She tries to let things like that slip, thinking that she'll appear more relatable to normal people like us. And yet it screams the opposite. It just screams fake and over-rehearsed and awful. All right. The Queen's corgis wagged their tails and laid at her feet, which was very sweet, according to Harry, because, again, Harry seriously thinks like a toddler. Ooh, let me pull up my list again. Hang on. Harry's head whistles in a crosswind. He's so dense, light bends around him. So he has no idea what's going on. She probably put sausages in her shoes or whatever to get the dogs to lay at her feet. Who knows? Insert sausage joke there. Okay. Goodness. So 1 month later, she finished Suits. She moved to London to start a new chapter. They made a point of talking about that it's her new chapter, because she sure likes to close the book on the old chapters. See what they did there? All right. So they did their engagement announcement. And let's see, right as that was on the horizon, the palace officials agreed that she needed some guidance. There's a quote in here that says, British royal family survives by being soberly uncontroversial. So the 27th of November, 2017, get this. Maggie Poo wore a dress, I remember this dress, to announce the engagement at the Sunken Garden at Kensington Palace. So it was Meghan and Harry announcing their engagement. Do you know how much this dress costs? Take a little guess. Just say a number out loud. What do you think? A couple hundred? A couple thousand? We're talking pounds here. Anybody? Okay. 56,000 pounds. What the fuck? 56,000 pounds. Hey, Jay, I'm going to go buy a dress for 56,000 pounds. What's that? Go fuck myself? Okay. Thanks. 56,000 pounds for a dress that will never be worn again. Okay. Think about that. Just saying. Ralph and Russo dressed because it was trendy. Now, they did point out that Kate wore a high street Reese dress for her engagement. I love Kate's dress. I know I'm partial to Kate, but I love that blue dress. I remember that so clearly. And I will admit, while I can't stand Meghan and I hate 99% of her fashion, I did think this was a pretty dress. Not 56,000 pounds dress, but pretty. I don't know. 560 pounds, maybe? I don't know. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I'm gonna go tell Jay I'm gonna spend 56,000 on a dress and see what he does. It'll be funny. Hey, can I stay with any of you? No? Okay. All right. So an interesting thing came out here. They talk about during the announcement, and I'm going to read a quote here because I wrote it down. I thought it was so good. There is conspicuous tactile reassurance, a feature of their appearance. To some, it was maternal. So again, let me try this again. So Meghan kept touching Harry. To some, it was maternal. To others, it was territorial. Dun, dun, dun. Exactly. That's what we've all been saying. I don't mind a little PDA, but I gotta say, if I'm noticing it, it's excessive. They have excessive, and it's not like, oh, look how cute. It's like, whoa. That's a weird relationship when you see somebody dragging somebody by the hand. Again, it's like, I keep going back to a toddler-parent relationship when their toddler's trying to run away and you have to grab them by the hand and say, stop it. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on there. I mean, I hate to bring the mood down, but all I could think about was even at the Queen's funeral, she couldn't keep her hands off him. It's very odd. It's to me just, It's a lack of self-assurance or something, a lack of awareness. Who cares? It's so stupid. Here's an interesting part. Again, we get into a lot of the contradictions that were going on at the time. So they talk about how the press fawned all over Meghan. Tom Bauer reads out a million headlines of how the press loved Meghan at the start. And I remember this. I was excited too. I didn't know this girl. I hadn't watched Suits. I had no idea. I've since watched a couple of episodes, but I didn't know. And I was like, oh, cool. Go Harry. I really didn't care about Harry. I didn't know either way. I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. Yay. But I was excited because I thought, cool, somebody else, young, fun in the royal family. Great. How wrong we all were, right? But again, it contradicts everything they've said because the press were actually really welcoming. And, for the most part, they were all they were talking about, how it could, what's the word? It could freshen up the monarchy. It could, maybe give a new voice and all the platitudes. Meghan presented herself as a victim of the brutal media world. That was a quote out of the book that right off the bat that started happening. So they're always the victims of something. So I guess at this point it was the brutal media world. And I'm thinking again, but you keep going out and posing for pictures and talking to press. So I don't, what? Did most people just take what she was saying? Did we just not have a reason to doubt her yet? Is that what it was? Lots of Diana would be thrilled to talk, I don't think so. She started to present herself as a contrast to Kate, and I think, you don't want to do that. That's not good. Talks about as a royal, she would campaign for her own causes and ignore where they don't get involved in that sort of thing. Okay, so again, more press enthusiasm going against everything that they claim. She can't be a victim when they're writing, she's American, she's awesome, and she'll be giving up everything to marry a prince. Little did they know. So then this is where things got interesting for me. We go into how they helped her transition to joining the royal family. So the Queen, love the Queen, she talked to Samantha Cohen, who thought about resigning when they did a change of staff, but she decided, no, I'll stay on, I'll help. She talked to Samantha Cohen, who had been there a very long time, and get this, Samantha had 14 people under her, including Jason Knopf. This whole team were there to help Meghan. They were there to help Meghan adjust to the quirks of royal life and to learn service to the nation. So the plan was 6 months of listening and learning. Can you already spot where this is going to go horribly wrong? Yeah, me too. So they openly discuss with her sensitivity of welcoming somebody of mixed race and how can we help? What are your concerns? They want to address her concerns. They want to help come up with resolutions to any problem she might have. She had a whole freaking team and a big chunk of time to do this. And yet, again, haven't we only heard, I was thrown to the wolves. Nobody was there to help me. I'm guessing this team of 15 are flipping you off right now, along with everybody else. Get in line, right? All right, so Bauer brings up that this directly contradicts everything Meghan has said in these interviews, saying things like the palace failed to help her with her needs and objectives. I mean, why do we believe? I don't believe anything at this point that comes out of their mouth. So he also brings up that their lapdog, Omid Scobie, via Meghan, had previously said Queen was wonderful and warm and welcoming to her, that the Queen made sure that she knew what was going on, and Charles made sure that she was always supported. So looky there, how the story has changed. She was thrown to the wolves, you guys. In her own words, she talks about that. But nope. It sounds like previously she said the opposite. Imagine that. You mean she's contradicting herself? What? Never. So then, let's throw some more gas on this fire. Meg, shortly after, started to complain that Kate had not adequately welcomed her. I'm sorry, what? Aren't these the same people that allege that Catherine and William complained because they didn't get Easter baskets? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe this for a second that Kate wouldn't have welcomed her. Cordius, weigh in. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, because it's just another wild tale. Tom Bauer brings up so succinctly that think about Meghan's past. She rarely tolerates anybody with any kind of difference of opinion from her, especially women. Imagine that. So Hank and Skank, who are differently clued, batteries not included, a walking argument for birth control. So dense light bends around them, headed out for a 6-month tour of England. Oh my gosh, even saying that makes me want the tour of Italy from Olive Garden. Okay, back to Hank and Skank. Harry and Meghan were ready to be loved by the media and public. So again, this is direct quote from Tom. Harry and Meghan were ready to be loved by the media and by the public. Amazing, right? How... oh, now the media can serve us, so we love the press. Any other time, they're the enemy. Make up your minds. Meghan called herself uniquely special. That is a direct quote from the book, so I believe it to be 100% true. She compared herself to Kate and called herself uniquely special. Harry credited it as Diana's stardust. If you could see how hard I'm rolling my eyes right now, you guys, I might have eye strain. You might need to call somebody, because that's how hard I'm rolling my eyes. I can't even. I'm going to leave it here because we're about to get into the good stuff with more pre-wedding shenanigans and then get into the wedding itself and everything that follows after. And I can't wait. You guys are the best. Thank you for sticking with me and all the kind comments. I love you all. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you all have the best day. Try to join us for the live chat if you're around Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. I know it's late for my UK peeps. I'm so sorry. And even later for my Australia peeps. I'm so sorry. But if you're around, say hi. Love to talk to you. If not, we'll try to do one a different time sometime, so that way it can make sense for everybody. Thank you so much for being here, my courtiers. I hope we've learned some new words for stupid. I know I have. And I can't wait to keep going with this book. Check back lots for the next part, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.